Aso Fafula. My name is Sony Ghale. I am your Miss Nepal contestant number 20. I have completed my Bachelor in Information and Technology from Sydney, Australia. I am an international bodybuilding winner, and I am also a founder of Exicha, a movement that stands for One Nation, One Education, closing a gap between private and government schools. So Exicha is very close to me because that's the story that my pain turned into purpose. When I was 12 years old, I was transferred from private school to government school. That's when the Exicha was born. So what happened was, it's a very interesting story actually, because we were invited by a very private school for an school excursion where all the school children from the government and the private come together for the excursion. That's when the collaborations was very insightful because we learned a lot about each other. That's when idea struck in my mind about the Exicha. What if this collaboration continued further in our life? That's when the Exicha born, like I said. That's the story behind my Exicha project. So what Exicha stands for is definitely the closing gap between the private and government schools and collaborating with each other minds. How it is formed is government schools also using the resources of the private schools, and private schools student learning empathy, life skills from the example of the government schools. One thing what motivated me to venture out for the bodybuilding is definitely trying to see myself where I can go, because I am kind of person who likes to find a new passions and hobbies and experiment with myself, and that is the one thing that helped me to grow as a person as well. And when I was doing in a gym, like lifting weights and everything, there was no Nepali women who was actually into bodybuilding. That's when it helped me to realize that I can actually do something in bodybuilding and actually do for Nepali women, because it is a very male dominant platform. So I wanted to do something for myself and for the Nepali women. That's when I started doing bodybuilding. Definitely both sports need discipline, determination and hard work, and I think both platforms represents the values for the both platform is similar. So yes, there is a similarity between the bodybuilding and the pageantry. I would say going overseas is always the option. I went overseas because of my own stories and of my own conditions that I had. I had to support my family financially. What I would like to suggest a child or anyone who are willing to stay in Nepal is definitely you're doing great. I went to Nepal, I went to Australia, but I came back, and that was my purpose always, that I wanted to gather the skills but always come back to Nepal and work for our country. So I would say that you're doing great. I think you can do it because Nepal has a lot of potential and opportunities, and we need a like-minded like you to stay in Nepal and actually do something for our country. As a person who loves to see a lot of pageantry, definitely watching pageantry and being in one is very different things. Seeing pageantry, people assume that a queen needs to be perfect all the times and all the pageantry is all about beauty. But being in the one, I feel that it's more than that. It's about connecting yourself, it's about knowing yourself, and it's about being you rather than just being perfect, but imperfectly perfect you. So one final message to everyone would be, I always say where you come from does not define where you can go. So you always have to dream boldly and fearlessly. So just wherever you are, whatever you are doing, just dream big and go for it, because everything will come together, and I believe in you. And please vote for me to win this title and Miss Nepal to become your Miss Nepal 2025.
Vyasa Media Network.